Hello, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. Welcome to the George Lucas Talk Show. Patrick, do you want to go ahead and join the stream?
Yeah, George, your audio is immediately bad.
Why?
Immediately. I don't know. It's better now. It always does that when you're just in here by yourself. It's always bad.
I think you're using that as an excuse to jump on the stream as fast as you can.
You're right. You call me.
Right. Patrick, obviously we're in a little bit of a disarray due to a technical problem.
Yeah.
That has left us bereft of Watto.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people watched the after show last week, but we had a Watto malfunction. Is that the best way to put it, George?
Yeah, I think that's one way to put it. Yes. Some people are calling it murder, I'm noticing, but I think that's perhaps a hysterical reaction.
I think so.
Patrick, people are saying they're not warmed up. I think one thing we might want to jump into right away. Normally, Watto takes care of the hashtags.
Yeah, here we go. You ready? I'm going to pull them up.
Yeah.
This is the hashtags for this week's show. We have Carden Gradarcy. It's Darcy Carden, based off of Darcy Carden. We have the R2DE2. Again, it's a Darcy hashtag. We have the good place feeling about this. We have Americam Esposito. It's an American Graffiti Cameron Esposito.
Right. People know.
What, George?
People know what that is.
Okay. We have Mos Esposito, Mos Espa, of course, where young Anakin is from. We have Marriage Material. Marriage Material was one of Cameron's stand-up specials. And Ray, we all know Ray. And then we have hashtag Where's Watto?
Right. And obviously the last hashtag is front of mind for a lot of people this evening.
Yeah.
But we do still have a talk show to do. And if Watto were here, I have no doubt that he would want us to get right to the business of doing this show.
Yeah.
Which we will attempt to do, even though Watto is not here with us.
That's sad, George. I feel like it's we haven't had to deal with that during.
No, but we've done shows. We've done shows at live shows at the theater where Watto wasn't there, but those were scheduling conflicts. This is obviously a different circumstance.
Yeah, we should. We have two really good guests, George. We should bring them in. How do you feel about that?
I feel very good about that.
Now, something that we normally do. This is a message to the guests. Something that we normally do is we have the guests tell us how they want to be introduced.
Right. So as far as I know, this is an innovation.
Yeah, they haven't put it in the private chat. It can be a joke. It can be serious. However you want to do it, we will introduce you that way.
No other talk show, to the best of my knowledge, allows the guests at the very last moment before they're introduced to write their own introduction.
Something we also consistently forget to do is to tell
but I think it's more fun that way. I think that's the innovation, is that this isn't coming from their team. This isn't coming, the guests on a professional broadcast talk show, the handlers would often take care of this, the publicists, etc. But this allows the personality of the guest to shine through in the moment.
We've got one. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, good. We've got two.
They were so fast.
Would you like to do it, or would you like me to do it, George?
No, that's what Watto would normally do. And tonight you're taking over his difficulties. We haven't abandoned all civilization just because.
All right.
Watto's not here.
Our first guest, please welcome a person wealthier than George, Cameron Esposito. And please welcome Darby Carby. Cameron, I believe you are muted. If you unmute yourself.
What a delay.
Hi, guys.
Am I muted?
No, you're great. No. We're all good. We did it.
Hi, Cameron.
Hi. Wow, you look great.
Well, thank you.
Can I just say that?
Yeah, of course you can. What do you think? I don't want to hear that?
What has happened to allow you to pull this together?
Well, I put on something called Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balm. So you're going to want to get on that just for a little natural tint. And then I also put a little, you can see, I put a little rosy glow on.
I have the lesbian edition.
Yes, let's make them kiss.
Yes, absolutely make them kiss. And Cameron, you
hang on,
have
George. I just want to say, I have a vino.
Not the same.
Okay.
Not the same. And also Patrick, and this is why Watto would know not to step on something like this. Cameron in the background has R2D2, whose sounds were designed by Ben Burt.
Hey!
So we have a theme already going through.
This is actually technically in the foreground, and I wanted to show it.
I'd like the digital effect.
No, I have to hold my small dog.
That's a practical effect.
George, I also thought it was very far back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a practical effect. It is a part of my Star Wars Pez collection.
That is very good.
Shit, that's really cool.
I thought you had. I really was impressed that you had what looked like not only a full-size R2D2, but one that was actually bigger than the real R2D2. And I thought, wow, that is very impressive.
Really
you had one that it looked like it was about 12 feet back from you and was larger than we ever made.
I thought it was a mylar balloon. That's what it looks like.
That's something that's true of practical effects. Sometimes it's where you position the object that creates a new set of scale. You know,
absolutely.
So that's exactly it.
Whoa! Look at that huge Burt's Bees behind Darcy.
Yes, this is the man who actually invented. How do I make
Abraham Lincoln look like he's? It's harder for me to do this. I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. It's enormous Abraham Lincoln that I have.
George, your shaky hands are betraying you.
Yeah, well, I'm in my 70s, so that's normal.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, it's so great to see both of you. And now, Darcy, I noticed you have many framed things in your background. I don't know if you want to go into the explanation of what any of those are. Are those all diplomas? What are they?
Okay, these are all set lists from.
I was going to guess. Shit! Why didn't I I almost raised my hand and asked to guess. Can I do it now?
Yeah. Okay. These are Cameron.
They look like set lists.
No, I'm sorry. Oh. Wait a second. Wait. Okay, now hold on. Now it's just my face. Is it everybody? Right. Do you want this to happen?
Okay, we can take it away.
We can take that away.
Whatever you want.
Sorry, Patrick. I didn't mean to call you out like that.
Just trying to direct the show.
No, I get what you're doing, and you should do that. I see what you're doing. Okay.
I do think this is already a pretty good backdoor pilot for a game show that turns out to be a prank show.
Yeah. And I'll also show you while I'm big.
Yeah.
Do you like my shirts?
Oh, wow.
Do you like my shirts?
Yeah, that's friend of the show, Connor Ratliff.
That's right, friend of the show.
Friend of the show. What a guy.
Worked with Patrick on the Chris Gethard show for many years.
Yeah, that's true. I worked with that guy too. I do believe he still lives, right? Is he still living?
No idea.
We don't know.
Okay. He stays home a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll tell. So yeah, these are set lists. I'll name a couple, shall I? I'll just call off a couple. Okay, I'm looking at. Rufus Wainwright, Jenny Lewis, Alt J, One Direction, Ray LaMontagne, Counting Crows.
Whoa.
Blur.
Oh wow.
Bon Iver. Who is that?
Who was the last one?
Bon Iver.
Bon Iver. I thought the sound was weird for a second. I thought you said Fozzie Bear.
Fozzie Bear.
This is pretty exciting. I could turn this into like a follow-up game. Tell me who you're pointing to, and then I have a follow-up game.
Okay. This is Robin. Right there. Okay, Sam Smith, The Strokes, and finally Fleetwood Mac. Now I have tons more, but these are the ones that are framed right now.
Right.
Guess which of those artists I have worked security for.
Ooh.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about I'm in college, you know, and I'm trying to get close to celebs. I'm trying to get close to celebs. And one of them comes through my school, you know, to do like a show. And they're looking for who are the biggest people here on campus that are 5'4". In the category of people that are 5'4", which are the toughest ones.
Right.
And so I did get hired and work security.
That sounds like a cool job. Yeah, go ahead, Patrick.
Is it one of them? How many? Because I really want
just the one.
Okay.
Just one.
Okay. And what school was it?
Boston College.
Okay,
really important.
Great.
I have two guesses. So
I think you're going to get it.
George, do you have a guess?
I'm going to start eliminating people that I don't think it was.
That's how this game is being played, I guess.
That's one way to play it. I don't think it was Fleetwood Mac.
Okay. I think you're right.
I don't think it was One Direction.
I think you're also right. I don't think it was Blur.
No. Blur doesn't come to Boston College.
No, they haven't in years.
And what year would this have been? What year would this have been?
Or a range.
I graduated in 2004.
Okay.
Who didn't? You know what I mean?
So the Crows weren't playing colleges at that point.
Honestly, they might. I wonder.
They might have been.
I'm seeing a face. I'm seeing a.
Oh!
Dirt?
Oh wow!
Dirt?
You got dirt.
Did you get a little dirt?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at that time I had already seen him in concert a few times.
Sure.
In high school.
How many of them were there? How many of them were there?
There's so many, and there are.
I'm going to tell you truly, all I remember is that it was a time in Adam Duritz's career when I think he had to, this poor human, you know, because like you just have to commit, but I think he had to fill in between the locks.
Yeah.
Because I think it was not, and someone said they were still huge in 2004. Yeah, you better believe that I was going over to my girlfriend's room, although we were not out on campus, and playing Goodnight Elizabeth. You better believe it.
You better. What's her name? Elizabeth?
That's what friends do.
So you were
no, her name was not Elizabeth. That's when you're a lesbian, you just
doesn't matter.
It's anything. You know what I mean? You just it's anything.
Yeah. So you're telling me you didn't count them. You didn't count how many members of the band were there.
That's a great question. No, I didn't.
I'm gonna guess there was like 6. That's my guess. George, what do you think? Because there's so many of them. Dan. I'm just trying to think of their unplugged. He goes like, that's Dan and that's Matt, and that's like a bunch of 1-syllable names.
Oh my gosh.
So
I have the number. Let's all take guess.
Okay.
Guesses. I want you guys to know that this is what the show is like every week.
Yeah, we've watched.
Right.
It's always about counting. I'm really trying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting touching my hair so much. I'm really trying to figure out where is the correct place to lay. Maybe there.
I'm going to go high. I'm going to say there were 9.
Okay, I'm going to say 6.
I'm going to say 1. I'm going to say Adam played it solo.
Okay,
Solo Crow.
I mean, closer to that.
So Crow.
So Crow. Hold on, has So Crow ever happened?
He's just hanging around.
At Courtney Cox's place. Absolutely. Come on.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Nice.
A murder of one. A murder of one.
Nice.
Now, also, Adam,
Mr. Joan.
Yeah. famously dated 2 friends.
Yeah.
Neither was Phoebe.
Neither was Phoebe. Neither was Chandler.
Neither was Chandler.
I didn't know about the other one.
Jennifer.
Wow.
Jennifer
Dated 2 friends during early friends. Early friends.
Yeah. I like that.
Wow.
Share and share alike. So how many?
What was your experience? What kind of interaction did you have?
Very little interaction, but I have met Jennifer Aniston.
Here we go.
So that's
Darcy, have you?
Adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 2. Are we going to get 2 Aniston stories tonight?
Yeah.
Wait, we didn't. Patrick, you didn't tell us how many there are. We guessed 6, 9, and 1, and So Crow.
Okay, so I guess closest without going over is George because there's 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, but that night there was only 1.
I thought Cameron was saying that there was only 1 at the concert.
She was.
I thought she was answering it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I think happened.
But I don't think that's possible.
Oh, great.
Darcy disagrees.
I'm sorry. I don't think that's
I
So
also
happened.
disagree with my own memory.
I would hope that if he ever plays a solo show that he would bill himself as just 1 crow.
Yeah.
Just one crow. Just one crow. A So Crow show.
Going So Crow.
Going So. Why is my dog barking?
Is this a new game?
Yeah, I think it is. Well, it's gonna. Do you hear her?
I do feel like there's something in the air with the passing of Trebek where we're hungry to figure out what the next game show is going to be. What's the next one going to be?
Why is my dog barking?
Now, hang on one second. Could this have been in 2001?
Yeah.
So Crow?
So Crow.
So Crow show?
Here we go.
Oh
wow.
My God. What I'm saying is obviously splashed across the pages of the Heights. And I'm fucking there.
Hold on.
God,
what is just so much crotch. That is
God,
I feel like that is highly irresponsible. I think of them to publish that photo.
Yeah.
I think is the height of irresponsibility because he made himself vulnerable and they took that publication took advantage of him sitting on, I guess, a stoop or the edge of the stage or something like that.
He's
and
famous
you should
for
not see
sitting on
that
his-
much pant in a photo.
He always sits on his like the speaker, the amp, the what's it called? The in the front. He like will stand on
a
it.
Mark Maron vibe.
Yeah. The crowd will kind of be like, oh, he's standing on it. My, he's standing on it. Like that.
Yeah.
You know, in defense of the Heights, Lenny Kravitz hadn't yet split his pants, so we didn't know pants could be split.
Absolutely.
Right. And you gotta, and it was at a print publication?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah. There's
Gotta-
a that's,
gotta
2001
sell,
George. Yeah.
that's
Gotta
like
sell,
a scanned
gotta sell copies.
Yeah.
You know?
microfiche situation.
Yeah. Hmm.
So wait,
This is
let's hear these Aniston
Let's
stories.
get these
I wanna
Aniston
hear these-
stories. This has already exceeded my wildest expectations in
God.
terms of the amount of surprising directions this has gone. What have you got there? What are you eating, Darcy?
I was eating a grape, and I think a fun thing to do. What do you have? Blueberries, George. Okay, here's
Blueberries.
what I like to do, George. I like to put them in my mouth. Wait. And I go.
It's surprising.
Yeah, and my
You don't-
husband
you don't
don't expect I'm gonna choke, but so far I've been doing it for years, and I've never choked at all.
Well,
I think my tongue's in the way.
Yeah. So
You
you sort of pinball it around inside.
me?
Is that you pinball it around sort of, and then you land? It's almost like at the bottom of a pinball machine, the thing that pops it out, right?
Mhm. What a great trick, says Andrea Streeter. Oh, what a great trick. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
great trick. Thank you.
You gotta make
That's
sure
what
you
did you
get
eat?
like a
I had a
long
frozen
skinny one.
strawberry.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron, do you have any fruit in your home? Do you have any like
I've got like a full banana just right through there, you know. But it feels
Don't do
It
that.
feels, yeah.
that feels ambitious for this game?
It was a good game, though. And honestly, I won. Sorry.
I just didn't want you to feel left out, Cameron, because this is fun. And yes, Darcy, you did win if we were keeping score.
But that's
You're-
not.
you're-
This you guys do have winners because George won that Cameron Crow. Whoa! Wow. Somebody just said the strawberry was rotten. Like they roasted your ass, Patrick.
What?
They said that strawberry
They're
was rotten.
frozen.
That's strawberry. Okay, Blog Thoven says they roasted your ass, son.
Darcy, they hate me on here.
Oh, in general?
Yeah.
It's true. We have a notoriously kind audience who loathe Patrick.
Oh my God. Patrick is just pouncing. Oh God. Classic snack attack.
See?
Yeah. Patrick has a lot of nicknames on the show. One of them is he likes naps and he also likes snacks, so they call him Snack Trick Nap Snore.
No, I hate that. I hate that so much. Oh God, I can barely even say
It's
it.
too much.
It's
I'm
hard to
nervous.
say.
I'm getting the feeling that we don't want to get told these Jennifer Aniston stories.
Well,
That's
we
what
can,
I'm
I'm sure we can. It just, sometimes it feels a little goofy.
Okay.
But
Well,
I mean,
how about this? How about this? For comfort's sake, let's if you don't want to tell your Jennifer Aniston story, swap it out for a different story. Say, I don't want to tell that, but I'll tell a different story.
That's good.
And all you have to do is tell us how you got there. Like connect the dots from like, why is this? It doesn't have to be a similar story at all, but as storytellers, why are we? If we're not telling one story, why are we telling another? You know what I mean?
That's
I like that.
That's all the episodes right there. Each episode, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of the old, I don't have to tell you what. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I like that idea, but I'll just tell you the fucking story.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
And mine's easy. It may have been a year ago today.
This is a recent story.
Yeah. Because it was the People's Choice
post-cake.
Awards.
This is post-cake.
Post cake. Oh yeah, this is post cake. Yeah.
Easily post-cake.
Pre morning show.
Sure.
Oh, okay. That gives us Well, morning show was like roughly a year ago.
Yeah, maybe it was current morning show. Anyway.
Okay, so picture the morning show that it could have been happening. It's in that era roughly.
Yeah. Okay,
All
so
right.
I'm gonna try not to. I don't know. How do you tell stories like this? It's not much of a story. It's just you feel like you're.
Well,
No, I want to. I'm doing it.
You're asking the right person.
Make it a blind item if you want.
Okay.
Blind
So-
item.
If you want, you can tell the story. Like start after where you think the story is like maybe more than like a third done.
Okay.
Start there. Tell the middle third, then go back. Then let someone else pay you money, and then they tell the final third of the story. That's how you tell a story.
Idea. Okay.
And it has to be a lot of money.
Okay. I'll just probably tell the story.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Long story short, I had presented at the People's Choice Awards. This is a year ago, maybe today, literally.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You're one of the people's choices.
The choices.
Yeah.
Right.
And my Jason, I said, my husband Jason and I went back to the green room. And
it was 5 days ago.
Okay, cool. Good job,
So
Patrick.
370 days ago.
Good job.
Wow.
Good job, Naptrix Snacknor.
Close.
Let's do we should have a new nickname for what he just did, though, was just coming in with some stats. So maybe stat trick. Patrick butt in.
Wait. Because
you butt it in.
He butt in, yeah. Yeah.
Hat
okay.
trick.
Stat trick, hat trick, butt in.
Hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So she was. Let's see. Jason and I were weirdly placed at a table with only members of the Bachelor universe.
Wow.
It was so strange, and they were perfectly fine, but it was a weird vibe. And so after I presented, we went to the
they must have felt. Were you the only ones who weren't Bachelorverse characters?
Only ones. It was so strange.
You were the weird ones.
We were the weird ones. We were
bear
the
that
weird
in
ones.
mind. Yeah.
And also, I think we were the old ones, which is a
no.
weird. I mean, like
yes.
feeling that you don't have until you sort of like realize that they're all probably like 23 and they're like, who is this old lady at our table?
Right.
We like fucked each other.
Right.
Because I was like, did you guys sleep together? And you guys slept together? And hold on, you guys? And you guys? Anyway.
Right.
They always seem old to do a fake job.
Yeah. It was a weird vibe. It was a weird vibe. Oh, if we were more into the Bachelor universe, I would go into detail, but I don't really know it too much. So we went to the green room, and Jason and I didn't super want to go back to the table. No disrespect, but we were also kind of like missing our dog, and we were ready to go home. We had done it. Those things are long. They start early. They're long.
Right.
And when we went back to the green room, we looked at the monitor and realized Jennifer Aniston was on stage accepting her Icon of the Year award. Now, I also have to say, she is, as she is for so many people, she truly is one of my all-time favorite people. Like I'll also say, like, I've been at places where she's at before, and I've left because I'm too freaked to even be there. That's how much I love her. So anyway, so this isn't just like, oh, that chick from TV. I was like, she's a big deal to me, as she is to all of you, I'm sure. So I was like, let's go. And Jason he kind of nudged me, and he was like, he's so smart. He was like, I bet if we stay like 10 minutes, she'll come back into the green room. Lo and behold, you guys, she walks off the stage. She walks into the green room. And weirdly, the first thing she says is, she looks at me and she goes, "Hey, I just saw you on stage." Oh,
great.
That is perfect.
And then we had a good little talk. I think I overdid it, because at one point Jason sort of nudged me and was like, "Pump the brakes, gal. Chill out a little bit." But she was lovely.
He's a good man.
He's a good man. He gets it. She was lovely. And then we try to go out on a high note, don't overstay your welcome, especially something like that. So we left and we just sort of like glided on home. Anyway, it was lovely. And I met her one time since then, and it was equally lovely. She's really what you hope,
And Darcy, I don't know if anyone's pointed out to you what you literally did.
What do you mean?
know what you literally did, and it worked?
What
were
George?
you doing? You were literally being there for her. Like textbook.
I mean,
you stayed in the green room. You were in the location, being there for her.
For her.
And she was there for you too.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. That's great.
Storytelling.
Well, thank you for even making me realize that.
That's
George, I appreciate that.
I also have to say that was an effortlessly good impression of Jennifer Aniston. Like,
really good.
Thank you. Well, she's deep within me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be able to do that, and also you said very little, and it was exactly the case. To be able to do it from like a word or two.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Yeah.
In my mind right now, I can hear. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever. She's so soft to the touch. Avino.
Cameron, how was it?
Avino, Patrick.
What?
Avino, you held up the Avino.
Soft to the touch.
That's her.
Oh yeah, that's her.
Wow.
I forgot
about
that.
Patrick. It really paid off.
Are you gonna put on lotion in front of us? Jesus Christ!
My face is a little dry. I've been inside for 9 months.
Yeah,
Patrick, that is not a thing that people do on shows. You can't just lotion up without asking any of us.
How about patch? George, do you like this? Patch slick,
smooth more.
Youth more.
Juice more.
Cameron, I'm gonna move past all this.
Youth more.
Youth more. Oh, that's good.
Youth more. That's good.
Reflecting what the product does.
Patch slick youth more.
I would fit in really well at that bachelor table.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like right in my happy place there.
Because of the youth more?
Yeah.
And the patch slick.
And the patch slick. That's the other
Now,
reason.
Cameron, you said you had an Aniston story as well, but I'll extend to you, of course, the same option if you want to substitute, if you want to swap out a different story. But if not,
no, I love mine.
I want to hear.
I love it.
First of all, let's place it. Let's place it when it happened. What era? Pre-cake, post-cake?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna mute myself when I crunch. Okay.
Yeah. Well, when did I don't know. I wasn't. Maybe this happened in 2000. Maybe this happened in 2015.
Okay. All right. Let's see what your cake was.
Kind of current cake.
Cake was 2014.
Yeah.
So you were pre-Storks.
Pre-Storks.
Oh yeah.
Post-cake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I have it nailed down.
Yeah. It just is that. Okay. So I was showing up to do additional audio. I was showing up to do additional audio for a film that I had been in, that she had also been in.
Sure. And
she was in the lobby, the director of the movie, which is Gary Marshall. Gary Marshall saw her, and he's also like, that man was very kind because he had absolutely no chill in like a really good way. Like he saw her ahead and he was like, I'll introduce you. He just was like, he knew that was what was going to be helpful because I actually hadn't shot any scenes with her. And we walk over and he goes, this is Cameron. And she goes, hi. She is the only person I've ever met who did not say her name at any time during the introduction. Wow. And I just thought actually, I really appreciated that level of self-awareness. Right? Yeah. This story stays with me because I'm just like, yes, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because also then she would say hi, I'm Jennifer. And you'd be like, yeah.
Humiliating.
You are.
This is humiliating for me that you said to me. Yes. I actually felt like she made me a nice solid. Yeah. I mean,
someone in the chat is asking, were Gary Marshall and Jennifer Aniston just on the show? I mean, these impressions. This isn't usually an impression show, but
Gary Marshall. I don't know.
Gary. Yes.
How was working with Gary Marshall? That's a cool experience.
Yeah, really.
It was so. He knew I did stand up. That's part of why. Darcy, could you cue one of those up?
Okay.
There'll be a point.
Okay.
There'll be a moment. I'll let you know. It'll be.
You want to give me a sign, or will I just know?
It'll be something like, and then I popped.
Okay.
And then when that happens, we'll do a little sound effect. Okay. If you don't mind working together.
I don't mind. I really actually am so excited.
Here we go. Right. I'm gonna take George and I off the screen. It'll just be you.
So
I'm looking for a good one. There we go.
Yeah, Gary knew I was a stand-up, and he started as a stand-up. He really appreciates comedy, even though he was in his 80s when we were shooting this movie. And he asked me if I was doing any shows in town while I was in wherever it was, Atlanta, shooting this movie. Of course I wasn't. I was there to shoot a movie. I wasn't doing stand-up, but he was so insistent, and I was there for a month, that I set up a show for him to come to. But then I also sold tickets. So it was like hip youth with haircuts, all of the camera crew, many of the actors, and then in the front row, Gary and his wife, who's also so kind. He's wearing a Northwestern sweatshirt. And he sat in the front the entire time. And I will tell you, the moment I popped up on stage, I knew, no, it was
Okay, it was a little fast. I'm so sorry. I was on it.
Take it again. Let's take it again.
Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so his wife, Gary was in the front row and his wife, take it from there.
Wife's there. And I'll tell you, the moment I popped up on stage, I knew I was going to kill for Gary.
You have to.
He was so sweet. You know, it was a great show. He shook my hand after, told me I was funny. Like, I just, you know what I mean?
That's rad.
Yeah.
That is rad.
Really great. And Gary the mere mention of Gary Marshall, that pivots us very nicely into talking about A League of Their Own, because of course Penny Marshall directed that, but he played a role. He had a little role in the original, and
really
Darcy,
important role.
And Darcy, I believe. Do you have any updates about everyone's very excited about the League of Their Own television series?
Are you excited, George?
I'm very excited about it. Yeah.
Cool. Did you like the movie, George?
I loved it.
Cool.
Yeah.
George is a big John Lovitz fan.
Who isn't?
I do. Although I think
little tickle.
You could CGI those chickens though. If you were doing that now, that's the one thing when I look at it now, the part where he's shooing those birds away, you could do that all digitally now. A lot of what I don't know how much of what you're doing is digital versus practical.
Right. You mean the original movie or me?
You now, because my assumption would be that there would be for anything that's period now, that you tend to have green screens because that's the easier way to do it.
There's a little bit of green screen. Why is my okay, hold on. My husband is texting me downstairs, but he knows that I'm doing this. So I'm like, this must be important. Right. He goes, if you choke to death on a grape live on the internet, am I supposed to come Heimlich you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave the camera going. Tell Jason if he wants to come on.
Jay.
I would think he would want to. That would be the thing that he would want to do.
I really like that. Okay, so there is a little green screen involved. But the field we shot on was very old-timey looking. I'm sure it's just things like you got to get rid of like power lines and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, but the field was very old-fashioned. And we shot downtown LA, and they Cameron, have you ever done anything period? I'd never done like that.
I told the greatest period joke of all time. It's on YouTube. But that's a different.
I wish I had a grape in my mouth. It would do it again. Say it again.
Oh, I told the greatest period joke of all time, but that's on YouTube. And also it was on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
When they used to
air comedy.
book adults.
Right.
Sorry, that was, you know what, guys, that was meaner than I am.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Darcy, I'm super curious about how's your hair, how's hair going in that situation?
I'll show you a picture.
I've seen a photo from the thing.
Let us see it though. This is exclusive.
Okay, it's an exclusive if you haven't, Googled it yet. Yes. Christ, Abby, where's Abby? Okay, but it is really fun to shoot period, to show up to set, and there's all the old cars, and all the extras are in old 40s costumes. This is not a great version to show you. I wonder if I have a fun little one of Abby and moi, Abby Jacobson, who's okay. Well, here's what my costume and hair looks like.
Oh man,
I can't stop leaning into the screen. I'm trying to get as close as possible.
Yeah, you feel okay.
It is so fun. We shot the pilot. You guys, what a year this has been, right? Because we shot the pilot back in February, and then it's gotten picked up since we've been, post cake, so to speak.
Right.
And so now we'll shoot it. We'll shoot it in 2021 but soon. That's not so far away. It's basically Thanksgiving already.
Around the corner.
No, it's great.
Yes, I'm excited.
And you said you filmed. Do you think you'll film in the same area that you filmed the pilot, or someplace else? So you said you were downtown LA. I wonder. I don't want to give away the location but I'm wondering where in downtown LA and how close you would have been to Exposition Park.
And why do you wonder that?
Because that's where I'm building my museum. So I'm just wondering whether or not you might be filming the show near how far you'll be from where the museum will be opening up.
Well, geez, I don't know. Should I look and see where Exposition Park is?
No, do it.
Right? Oh yeah, let's see a map. Oh,
but just for yourself, you don't have to say it. That's Exposition Park. That's the museum that I'll be opening up soon.
Gorgeous, really gorgeous, George.
Wow.
What does that look like? What does that look like? We always play a game to ask people.
Gillette razor, Venus razor.
I mean, it has spaceship vibes, but yeah. I mean, do you guys remember in New York there was a restaurant that was all rice pudding? It was a rice pudding.
Oh, Rice to Riches.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cameron. Yeah, they had some pretty funky spoons, and I'll tell you what, that was like one of their spoons.
Yeah, and you could. It does look like that, and that the stadium almost looks like one of the bowls, like the bottom half of the stadium that's just past there.
It sure does, George.
Yeah. Oh, boy, they should fill that thing up with rice pudding and see what happens.
A selection of flavors of rice pudding.
Yeah, and surprising flavors, like flavors you don't expect.
Pretty varied.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I just want regular rice flavor.
Yeah. I didn't come here for an adventure.
I really am. I really like reading the comments. I feel like sometimes comments are I don't want, but these comments I enjoy. Yeah, and that's just of course, right? Of course, you guys have good fans
because a bunch of nice people.
Yeah.
Okay,
so hi Mayo. Mayo. Anyway, so we'll probably shoot in LA. I'm sure we'll keep shooting in LA. The cast is incredible. We started playing baseball together back in November. So a year ago we started playing together. We would play twice a week and we'd go to batting cages on Fridays, so 3 times a week.
Very fun.
And we didn't shoot until February. So we really did become sort of like a real baseball team. And I truly mean it when I say like the baseball team aspect was number one. And then we all kind of like remembered that we were shooting a pilot afterwards. It was really fun. Yeah.
Wait, can you tell us what position you play?
First base.
Yeah.
Which I did in real life too.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's so damn fun. I cannot wait to get back. Holy crap.
Cameron, a lot of people.
Cameron, let's talk about your book.
Yeah, let's talk about your book.
Because this came out basically during this is a
post-cake.
Post-cake. This is a post-cake book.
Well, maybe George, do you mind hold it up for me for one more second, just for a second, so everybody can see the title.
Thank you.
And so this book actually came out week 1 of the pandemic.
Oh my God.
You pick your title 2 years in advance. So just to me, my entire book tour was canceled. I actually will say I canceled it the night before the NBA was canceled and posted on, and you can put it down now, George. It's okay. Like relax your arms and keep them, we got to keep you with us.
That's right.
But I canceled my book tour and like posted on social media about it, like kind of like I was a hero, because at that point I was like, I'm pretty concerned with people's lives. Other people are still operating as if life is normal, but like not me. If you come to Cameron Esposito show, you're not going to die there, So I canceled the tour. But then the next day, the entire planet was actually closed. So then I didn't no longer felt.
But you were a trendsetter.
I was, yeah, yep, yep, out ahead.
Trendsetter. It also meant more to do it when you weren't you weren't taking your cue for anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the last possible moment where that decision could feel wholly yours and not just a response to collective impulse. Not that it's wrong to follow. People should be following that kind of impulse when they see other people being safe. But it's But
I really like that.
Well of you. It speaks well of you that you had It's nice to be able to look back and know that you had an impulse that was a correct one without anyone else telling you. You didn't need to take
almost presidential in its sort of foresight and timing.
That word's been fully ruined.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
take it back.
Neo-presidential.
Let's take it back.
But I will say, can I just also say a cute thing that is really true, which is that, so like when all the book tickets had the tour tickets had all come with a book. So when I canceled that, I lost like all of those sales, which was like many, many thousands of sales. So then here's what's amazing. All of the people bought enough books from indie booksellers, which is what I was like pushing, that it was still a bestseller, even though a week before it launched, literally every sale besides like the ones on Amazon had been lost. So I have to say that like that was incredible. And also I was one of the first people that was using Zoom for events, but I'm a tech idiot. And so I booked all of these events where I like talked to other authors like Roxane Gay or Say Jones, Carmen Maria Machado, these like A-list really genius authors, not the comedian scum that I feel so much kindred connection.
Right.
Right. And I didn't know that you had to turn off screen sharing yet, nor did I have it password protected because we didn't know about Zoom.
Oh no.
And this like panel was going on. There were 500 queer people. I did like a bunch of events. This is like the second one. So people came back. There were like 500 queer people watching in their homes, week 1 of the pandemic. And then suddenly the screen was the most hardcore pornography I have ever seen in my life. I've actually never seen, as a part of pornography, poop going into butts.
That's I'm only familiar with that from the Miranda July film "You and Me and Everyone We Know." There's a young child who says, "I want to poop back and forth." So I have to say, I understand. It would be shocking to see it, but my first thought is it's kind of charming because I only associate it with that film.
Again, a trendsetter. A trendsetter. People don't normally see that.
No, I mean I haven't seen it since, but I know that I'll, hope. I have hope for the future.
Yeah. Oh, you do want to see it again then?
People are doing people in the comments are typing the poop back and forth.
Yep, that's right. That's
symbols from the Miranda July movie.
Aww.
Yeah.
Wow,
it does tell you that that does tell me something that it is the singer, not the song. You can tell any story. If you do it the right way, you can talk about anything because that's not something that should be charming when people are typing it, and yet I am charmed by it.
Okay, Cameron, when it happened, did it sort of bond the 500 of you? Were you like, ha, 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 or was everybody like, I'm out of here?
Well, like, this is what's so amazing about queer people, right? Is like, people are pretty upset, just baseline all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when this happened, I made an accidental response, which is I slammed my laptop shut.
Oh, shit.
Because that was what I thought would help. But then my girlfriend, who has been on the internet previously, she said, I think you need to restart it and like tweet that it'll restart now and we'll just change some of the settings.
Oh,
but again, like a random people started working secure, like a team of random
came together.
Yeah.
From like, because anybody who I was working with on the book, they were like fleeing their offices. Like there was nobody in the physical office. And so a random people who lived in San Francisco, random queers, ran security for the rest of the time. Yes.
Yes.
Little internet Cameron Esposito's running security.
That's right.
Yeah, because you used to do it, and now they're doing it.
2004 Cameron Esposito.
You became the Burritt. You became the Burritt.
Post cake.
Oh my gosh! Wait, guys, we have some breaking news.
Oh God.
What's the breaking news?
And I know that I always say we don't have any industry watching this show, but someone just sent me a Deadline headline.
Holy shit, guys!
All right.
Oh my gosh! Look at that! Wild.
Wow.
Wild stuff.
Deadline.
Yeah.
That was really
They had
cool.
it. They had it before. They had it before anyone.
Okay, now, Patrick, did you make that while you were talking to her?
Hang on, Darcy, hang on. I'm going to pull them off really quick just so we can talk.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay, so did you make that while you were talking to us?
Darcy, the crazy thing is, if you look, I'm going to pull it back up.
Okay.
I didn't make it. This guy named Ben Ratner made it.
Oh my God, Ben, that is so funny.
Did that?
Hey, has anybody ever talked to you guys about the planet Scum?
Yeah, how it looks like Planet Cum.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It's such a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't make the name.
Okay.
If you text Gethard about it though, and tell him. Okay, I'm gonna bring him back.
Okay, let's bring him back. Hey guys. Hey.
Now, one of the things we should say is that the if there's any fan art that you would like to exist, not just could be of you or could be of anybody, honestly.
Yeah.
People have pretty quick turnaround. If there's just something that you'd like to see in art, we can usually will it into existence in sometimes under 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
I was talking to some friends the other day who I'm on a group text with.
Jennifer and Courtney.
This group text only talks about the Black Eyed Peas. That's it. We can't talk about anything other than that. And I pitched that I would love to see a picture of the Black Eyed Peas as Mount Rushmore. I forgot the name of it for a second, and I really would love to see that. So that's some fan art I would
absolutely get that.
That is someone is already working on it right now.
Great. Yeah.
Great.
That sounds great.
Obviously, when Fergie was a part of the Peas.
Yeah.
Not new. Yeah. Thanks.
Can I ask for one also?
Yeah.
Yes.
My dog that you saw earlier, Ruby. There's two pictures recently posted on my Instagram. One is Ruby's like eating a chew stick that looks like a cigar. It's like so funny. And then a different time, she's eating a little piece of like a grass or something, but it looks like a toothpick or like a cigarette. So with the one with the cigar, if someone put like a tiny Italian looking hat, like a fedora or something, and it on the one with that one, that'd be great. And then on either of those two, and then on the one with the cowboy looking one, you're gonna need to go down a little bit.
Okay. It's a good plug for your Instagram though.
Oh, it's right here. It's
it's on
the right. But if you
right,
click on that, but then go. Is there that one right there?
Yeah.
There you go.
So if we get a little cowboy hat on that one.
Cameron, a fact is that this is one of the cutest dogs that has ever lived. Like, I don't even understand. Is it always 4 months old? How old is this?
She's actually 4 months old.
Oh, shit. Okay. Then that also makes sense. Yeah. She's so cute. It's painful.
Yeah, I please take this as the compliment that it is intended as, but your dog is so cute, I would swear it is CGI.
That is a compliment coming from
that is a compliment for me. And that means I think it looks good.
Now this is
my dog with her ears all crazy.
Yes.
Come on.
Oh,
the wind,
yes.
The freaking wind. Okay, normally her ears are floppy, but the wind picked them up, and what a great time we have, guys.
Now this is not fan art that we asked for, but I did just get from Moises Tavera Darcy baseball card. If the Black Eyed Peas were a baseball team.
Yeah, that's right, though. That's really right.
That is instantly a complicated bit of world building.
My character's name is Greta Gill, by the way. Is that that might be a George Lucas scoop?
We're getting a lot of exclusives.
Greta Gill.
Greta Gill.
Nice alliteration.
Yeah.
Gigi. In the time they might call her Gigi. Like if I'm going back to the
maybe they sing that song to her. That song Gigi.
Oh, Gigi.
Yeah.
Now, Cameron,
that Black Eyed Peas song.
We're not in charge of casting here. I want you to know that. Okay. But if you were going to be in the A League of Her Own TV series, who would you play?
Oh, well, okay, wait. You mean like if it was based on the movie, which this show actually isn't? Wait, I'm saying that.
I'm saying she wants to play any character in that world.
What kind? Yeah.
Well, I did just have Abby on my podcast like 2 weeks ago, and it was so nice to talk to her about the waiting process also. because we're all in a fucked up waiting time. Even people who are making a dream show.
Post-cake, yeah.
But who would I like to be? That's so I didn't even have to think about this. I just had this long preamble for no reason. It's like the villain, you know what I mean, from the other team or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, totally.
Like the mean, like, but not even like just like kicks it, like not, but like kicks you dirt in your face or whatever.
Yeah,
you're like, wait a minute, you know.
Doesn't unsporting, like unsports person like, and is kind of nasty and lowers the tone. That's a fun character.
Maybe like she'll knock you off the bag.
And then like hook up with one of the hook. She'll like be mean to her in the game and then hook up with her afterwards.
I know who I would play in League of Their Own. I would.
Go on.
I know what would be fun for me and what I think would be a good use of my skill set as an actor.
Yeah,
I would like to play one of the patrons who's going to be watching the ball game.
Yeah.
And someone else cuts in line in front of him, and he says, "Hey." And then it's like someone else is in a hurry.
Yeah.
And they and he's just there, and he someone who and I think this character could show up a number of times being sort of slightly inconvenienced.
Yes.
And always protesting, but not enough to not acting on it.
Now, George, you'd probably look like this, right? You're saying like, hey.
Right.
Hey.
It is, yes. I did play a similar character in Beverly Hills Cop 3. Axel Foley cuts in front of me in line for a ride at an amusement park. And I really feel like that was fun to do. You don't have to learn a lot of lines. You're needed. They're it's in and out. You're done pretty quickly. They don't need to do, usually don't need a lot of coverage.
Right. George, I just remembered something. I saw you at a restaurant in Disneyland.
Oh,
when I was in college.
Club 33.
It wasn't fancy. It wasn't fancy. It was just like God, the weird thing is I can't even really remember which restaurant it was.
Wonder what I was eating.
I'm going to say salmon.
You get the fish. If you're at Disney, you get the fish.
You're going to get the salmon.
Now, this is fun.
Mouse-shaped.
We've heard from multiple people real stories about how George loves chilies.
Chilies.
Friends of George have always reminded us that George, you love chili.
And what's George's order?
When in Disneyland, because the fish at Disneyland, they get it from 20,000 Leagues Under. It is prime seafood.
Seafood. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what's tough about that, George? Because I don't know if you've been since. That ride is now a Nemo ride.
Yes,
so
Nemo.
Imagine
I don't care what. As long as you find me a nice piece of salmon, you can look for whatever you want.
Was that ride ever the Little Mermaid ride? And if so, if not, what were they sleeping on?
I don't think it was.
The hell?
No, it wasn't. And that was so stupid.
What an opportunity missed. Mein Gott.
I mean, don't talk to us. We have nothing to do with this.
Maybe it's because they want to keep the focus of that movie above sea,
Okay,
they're like, we've got the song, but what isn't?
Yeah.
Where the people are. Where the people are. Yeah.
Up where they walk.
Walking around on those.
What's that thing again? Feet.
What do you call them? Nope, not feet.
Yeah.
I can do the
streets, George.
Streets. That's
streets. Right.
Yeah. Walking around on those. What do you call them?
To not do the
streets.
Why is it? What's the word? Burn. That's right.
Darcy, it's 2020 right now.
2020.
You know that, right? It's 2020. Yeah.
Sounds weird, but okay.
And I feel like during this pandemic, people have been doing a lot of like cast reunions or like Where Are They Now episodes for TV shows. You're learning where all your favorite characters would be doing during the pandemic.
Right.
And I want to know, where is Rebecca from Bombshell?
Let's see. Well, Rebecca from Bombshell. She is okay. So things went crazy when Trump got elected, and she actually realized that she didn't really want to work there.
Is she on Parler?
So she
moved over to Parler.
She quit and she moved back home with her parents, which actually during post-cake COVID has been kind of nice because they're getting older and she's reconnected with them. And I think Rebecca is spelled
Yeah.
Rush. I think it has a K and an H in there.
That's
a good premise for like a show or like a Christmas movie or something. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like if you're leaving a city, you're going like back home with your parents. I don't know. When I heard it, I thought there should be a movie with that.
God, yeah.
Around this time of year.
Yes.
Did she buy into it, or was it just a job while she was in the city?
Well, she bought into it. Okay. She was really up Ailes's ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, figuratively, I'm assuming. I'm hoping.
Figuratively. Yeah. She had brown hair. Crunch. Yeah. So that's where she's back with her parents, and she's 11 in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's a good answer. Cameron, Take My Wife isn't on CISO anymore, or on Stars anymore. It's obviously
it's certainly not on CISO.
It's not on Stars, so I had to watch this DVD to catch up.
Whoa, a DVD.
A DVD.
Where the fuck did you get that? I don't have that.
Really?
No.
Former employee of CISO, so I have a bunch of the shows on DVD.
Yeah, Take My Wife is on Stars. Wait, no, it's not on Stars. It's not?
I couldn't find it. I was looking for it yesterday on Stars.
Wow.
I gotta make a phone call.
Well,
thank you, Lena.
You know, I mean, I'll tell you, that's really tough for me because when I think about things I want to talk about and see every day, it's that image from that show with that title. I'm always like, I was, you know, all the stuff that I have with that image on it, prominently displayed.
Sure, that makes sense.
In my house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they're up, you know, and they'll stay up. You press it, and it speaks to you about where you are right now, where you've been,
Sure.
You know, what things are like.
Cameron, I was married to Marsha Lucas. She edited the original Star Wars.
What's the connection?
No connection at all. Well, just the fact we're both authors. I wrote Star Wars, and so like on my bookshelf, I have these two books. So I was just thinking, like,
that's so awesome.
And so that's part of the reason why I ultimately re-edited Star Wars, was so that I could make it my own.
Jeez, that's wow. I don't know how I feel about that, George.
Well,
I mean, you know,
food court zing.
Look, we've all who hasn't had wives?
Exactly. Honestly, exactly.
Patrick, what?
No.
Patrick, have you had wives?
No, I mean, pandemic's been tough, you know.
Patrick, that's just been this year. That only started in February. You're telling me you didn't have wives prior to February?
No. I wasn't going for it. I don't know. Oh well.
You guys, what do you think about bangs? And I'm not even kidding at all. Actually, should I do something like that?
Yeah.
George?
Well, look, here's what you're going to want to do.
Yeah.
Drift. You just want them to drift down on the side. See what this is here?
Cameron.
This is what's happening here is essentially the same hairstyle that I wore to the daddy-daughter dance in high school. You know what I mean? It's an updo, but you pull down the two pieces.
Oh, tendrils.
But now you understand.
Yes. So Wacky Khaki just said Darcy, please, and I can't tell if they meant like Darcy, please, or if they meant like Darcy, please, or if they, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it could be a request for bangs. Darcy, please have bangs.
I think I might do it. I think because kind of it's like, who fucking cares right now? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'll get bangs.
Now is the time. Now is the time to be experimenting with.
Try everything.
Do I try it?
A side cut, just like go over one eye.
Do I look adorable?
Yeah.
I look adorable?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a great song.
Why end the bangs there? Have them keep going.
Oh, that's a good idea, George.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Wow.
How you doing?
Wow.
Hey, girl.
I like that.
You guys get this reference at all? Oh, New Girl.
It's from something. I know it's from I can tell you're doing a thing.
Oh, great.
That's always the best thing to hear. I can tell you're doing a thing.
What have you been watching to get you through this time? Because everybody's been watching a lot of things. I feel like watching or reading or listening to things. What's keeping you?
Sorry, I jumped it because I finished 3 shows last week. I didn't start 3 shows last week, but I finished 3 shows last week. I finished a rewatch of New Girl.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All 7 or whatever seasons. I had never watched all the way through. I finished. Oh, that's great. That's really great. That's really great. God, they look amazing.
I'm going to keep, because we got a few other ones.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
So good.
They meant more like, they went like sort of a Venetian. Yes. Yes.
Jeez, you could actually frame that.
There's another one.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. That one.
It's so good.
Yeah. Let's see, what else do we got? There was some other ones. Hang on.
Oh, these are
there's. Oh God.
Oh gosh. Geez, George Lucas talk show fans rock. And I finished Rami.
Mm-hmm.
And I finished Pen 15, which I should have done before. But that's what I finished. It was fun to sort of like wrap up 3 shows in a week.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I've watched so many other things in the past 8 fucking months.
Did you have a worse thing to watch? Because I watched The Leftovers at the beginning of this, and that was a bad movie.
Yeah, that would be rough to watch.
Bad choice.
That would be rough to watch. I'm trying to like. Yeah, go ahead, Cameron.
I've read that book. I've never seen the show. Would it be a rough thing to watch because it's so terribly sad? And people are flying off the planet.
I think it was just like, oh, there's a lot of people gone now.
Yeah, I think
head thing.
I feel like Patrick, I've cut you off 700 times during this, and I truly apologize.
No, the fans love you for it, Darcy.
Patrick Cutnor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Cameron,
Darcy
I think, Darcy Cutnor. I think that 8 months into pandemic, post cake, I think you could handle it. I think the first month when things were really like, what is this? We're so used to this world now that you can handle it.
And it was also, I'm cutting you off now.
Good.
It was also in New York, like right when things were like.
Cameron, for you and for viewers at home that have not watched Leftovers, let me just say this, because this is everybody's goddamn story. You're going to watch 6 or 7 episodes and you're going to go, it's fine. I don't know if I need to keep watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're even going to finish the first season and you're going to be like, do I want to watch the second season? Watch the second season.
Yes.
Don't stop watching it. Watch it until the fucking finale. It is a masterpiece. It is incredible. You will be so glad and sad that you watched it, but don't let the first wonky season throw you off. Just keep digging
first
in.
season is perfect.
There you go. You do, George?
I really do. I think the first season is perfect.
George, what do you got there?
What?
What do you got there?
Well,
that's
I have
right.
a box.
What's up,
I have a box here.
That's right. First place.
Just a box.
Uh-huh.
In that box, it's a shirt from a little place.
Oh,
Miracle, Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
George is a big Leftovers fan.
Okay, he's a leftover stan, honey.
Yeah.
You know what this is?
Whoa, the water from
it.
Yeah, I do know what it is.
This isn't really a spoiler because it doesn't even can't spoil the show to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's really cool, George.
It's sent to me.
George, remember the guy that was like digging getting the water out of that lake?
It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler.
No.
But Cameron, in like a month, you're going to be like, oh, I understand what they're all talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wonderful. It's so good. It's not to be missed.
The people at home box office became aware that I, George Lucas, was such an intense fan of The Leftovers that they started sending me things in the mail.
Wow.
You can do the math on how true this is. It's 100% true.
Wow.
George, did you just wink at us?
What?
Did you just wink at us?
I winked at everybody, yeah. So here's the thing. I was such a big fan that they said, where should we send this? Where should we send this? I said, well, Skywalker Ranch, just care of George Lucas. So they had my address. So they started sending me these things.
Yeah, what else?
The first thing I get in the mail is this box.
Where was it made, though?
I opened it up. I opened up this box. So what is this? Now, the pie is gone, but it was a pecan pie.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, that's got to have significance.
But here's the thing. It does have significance. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil it. But at the time that I received the pecan pie, the episode in which a pecan pie gains significance had yet to air. So this was a very cryptic thing to receive.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunate pecan pie. And then I received this box that contained a vial of miracle of water from Miracle, Texas.
Yeah.
But it's a great show. It's great storytelling. I think it's very sad. It's the first season. You're right. The first season is deeply sad, but it's also deeply powerful.
Totally.
And it lays the groundwork for 2 more seasons. And I'll say this as well. For a show that is as intense and as sad as it is, when the show decides to be funny, it is very funny.
I totally agree with that.
Wow.
There's a thing that they do. I won't say what it is, but Darcy, you know what? There's a thing they do in the 3rd season that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on a TV show.
It's so well done. It's so well done. You know what's so weird is speaking of the leftovers and just the acting, and when you said, is there any fan art you'd like to see? The first thing I thought of, and I bit my tongue, was I would like to see a picture of myself with Ann Dowd.
I mean, we're gonna get it now.
Right.
I don't know why that was what it was, but I want us.
How about this? I would like to see a Leftovers Good Place crossover.
Yeah.
Where the episode,
the good leftovers.
Remember the episode where
which is actually already kind of in the story, right? Sorry, I don't mean to, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's just from the book.
But there is that episode, that very intense episode where Justin Theroux and Ann Dowd are out like in the woods, like in the little cabin. I'd like to swap out Justin Theroux and have Janet be the person who's in that position.
I would love to see that scene. I would really like that. And hopefully somebody can make that with CGI while we're doing this.
Someone can make that whole scene. Just redo that episode. They should have enough good, clean reads from Janet on enough things that you can make a scene that makes sense. Or enough sounds that you could just have Janet say the lines that Justin Theroux's character said.
There's one crossover actor that I started to bring up. The guy that gets water, like the vial you have from the river. He's from the water place. He's in one scene, maybe 2. I think they God, I can't even remember if they accuse him of something. I don't think they do. I think he's like, I saw him here or something. Mm-hmm. And then in The Good Place, he's Chidi's best friend in Australia who has like the red boots, if you've seen that episode.
Right.
Same.
Yeah.
And
I wish you would and he's
but there are a lot of Leftovers references in The Good Place. Mm-hmm. Truly there are.
Yeah.
Because Mike sure is obsessed with Leftovers. Anyway, I just can't recommend it highly enough.
Cameron, what's your favorite
TV show, Cameron?
Wait.
What'd you say, Georgie? What'd you say, Georgie?
So loud that you hurt yourself?
Okay. I clapped and pulled away, and my earphones went yank.
Yeah.
You know the feeling.
Understand.
Just cut them.
Yeah.
And I said, Cameron, what's your favorite TV show?
Well, like right now or of all time?
All time.
I'd like to know.
I don't want to answer that question. Instead, I want to answer the question that's this. What was the most hurtful thing you watched during the pandemic?
Yeah, I like that question too.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I was thinking when you were saying that you watched this too early and you felt hurt.
Yeah.
When everything was first starting,
yeah,
I watched Contagion because everybody did.
Me too.
But then one thing that's a real problem, if you're me, is that movie, the downtown scenes, the little town that they live in, is my actual human hometown of Western Springs, Illinois. And so that's a very small town. You know, like the scene, it's on YouTube. There's a scene where they're like going and all the buildings are on fire, very small buildings, so cute and quaint. Downtown, there's a little train station. That's the train station that my dad would take to the city. And then I took the train from there to go to high school. And because I took the train to go to high school. I'm from the past. And we also had a milkman and a bakery. And
is that true?
A butcher. Yeah.
Y'all cute.
There it is.
Well, we have a president-elect who takes the train
It's
now.
from Maya.
That's so
Maya
impressive.
XO5.
Maya,
Very
that's
good.
so impressive.
I really appreciate the particular grab.
Yeah.
You know?
And then there was one more someone actually drew.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm gonna make that shirt.
Yeah, you should. Oh, we
It's
should.
a great shirt.
And Cameron, you should send us all shirts.
Yes.
That is a great shirt.
You
Well,
should
put
send
that shirt in a pie and mail it.
I also think, Cameron, you probably, like most shirts, would want to put it here, but I actually think you should put it here.
Oh my God, that's genius. Also, because you can't really tell this because I do some things with my arms and body, but I have too giant of a chest for anything to go there. It's a problem. Because it like comes down in a weird way. Some people might understand.
I want to get more detailed. What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is like, okay, so we're like men's shirts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're men's shirts. And then I get them tailored to fit me. Then I also wear like, first of all, right now, this is something I've been doing during the pandemic. I'm pretty excited. This is actually I've not talked about this publicly. So this is like a bit of a scoop. Other things, this is my grandmother or my girlfriend's grandmother, you know, like chair. So that feels right for this moment.
Yeah.
But I have been wearing, I found out from.
Can you sit in the chair? Can you sit in that chair for a
I'll
second?
sit in the chair to talk about it. So hang on, I just want to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do whatever you need to do.
Take your time.
Hi.
So, yeah, well, I hurt my shoulder a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't hurt it. It just started to hurt and nothing had happened. So I went to a chiropractor for a long time, but then I started going to an acupuncturist. And she said, I think that you might hunch your shoulders forward. And I said, what the fuck are you saying to me? I couldn't believe it because I always thought I was standing cool.
Yeah.
You know, like I always thought when you saw me that you think, you know what I mean? Because you go,
Yeah.
what is that?
Cool.
The other team? Is that the other baseball team coming over here to mess with? But I think I have actually like a slight hunch. So I've been wearing a I can't believe I'm going to the second button. I'm wearing a posture corrector.
Cool. So does it have like a little metal thing in the back?
No, it's just like straps, but you know, it's essentially, it looks like, you know, if you're like Danny Glover or something, you're in a movie where you might be a police officer or something.
There's our breaking
But
news.
it's under your clothes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So anyway, my point is, if you put something on my chest, it has to go up here because down here, all of this area is a mystery.
Okay,
we don't know
cool.
what's going on, and it's not heavily featured.
Okay,
we wear
cool.
jackets.
Yes.
And we hunch.
We hunch.
Huh.
So then up here is almost like the perfect place for it.
It's the perfect. Like when you suggest that, Darcy, I was like, let's work together on a clothing line. Was my first thought.
I love this
We
friendship.
almost already have. You know what I mean?
Wait,
George left that.
we lost. Well, Darcy, I think you run the show now. I think that's the line of succession.
I know. Honestly, I can be a little pushy.
Okay. Cameron can.
Yeah.
I know
I mean,
it's not me. That's the thing.
No, I just mean like I've already kind of been. I understand why you would say that because I can be a little pushy.
Oh no, I was just saying that because I know I'm not number 2, and I just had to pick one of you.
Yeah. Do you think, does George have bad service at
I imagine he'll come back. I imagine California's having a very bad rainstorm right now with a lot of wind, if I had to guess.
California is?
Yeah, California, up in Marin County. That's if I had to guess.
Right.
Just because I think that's probably going on around all the country and not just Queens. That's my
right. Do you know that in truth tomorrow in LA it's supposed to be 88 degrees?
Oh no.
No,
Isn't that crazy?
That.
Hi, George.
George, what happened, George?
It's telling me I have no internet.
Oh, no.
You do now.
He's on his phone. This is his
You look so different. I get that you've switched devices, but I cannot tell you the transformation.
I know. It's like
You're
white,
like a different man.
Beard. Yeah.
Well,
the quality is worse, George. The quality is worse. You look great, but
grainier, but it feels more honest.
Maybe I can reconnect on my original connection, but I didn't want to leave you with no one. You know,
we panicked. Honestly, we freaked the fuck out.
Wow. Cameron, I don't know if any of us are going to have as hurtful things that we've watched as seeing your childhood decimated by a plague.
God,
it's pretty tough. Also, in the comments, I just want to point out that in the comments, somebody suggested as a name for our clothing line, Darcy, Esposito, which like when that song was, you know, a hit or whatever, but I haven't heard that in a minute. And for them to bring it up now at the actual moment, it's just like, I literally can't believe what you've done.
That's really good.
That's really good. What makes it.
Cameron, are you seeing the comments just like are you looking at a scroll of comments or just occasionally they pop up on our over our face?
They're on a little side.
They're on a little side thing. Darcy, are you watching it full screen?
I see it now.
How was filming in Paris? Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. It was so fun. It was so magical and fun and beautiful and truly I felt like poor George. Oh, there he is. Looking good, George. With the lighting and everything. I think it was like a little gift, a little present that Mike Schur and the executive producer Morgan Sackett gave to me, because if you watch back that episode, I absolutely did not need to be in Paris or Greece. Mm-hmm. I had one line in each place. It could have really made sense that I was on the other side
that in the parking lot.
What did you do with the rest of your time that you were there?
It was great. It was I mean, I like I touristed. I got to go to, you know, we went to Athens and we went to Paris, and it was so very fun. The thing is, like, even well, I was about to say Eleanor and Sheedy, but Kristen and William, who also were filming there, the days weren't that long at all. So we really just sort of got to go on a vacation.
Wow.
That's great.
And it was really great.
I love that. Also, weirdly, because I was working in the UK.
Planets
Sorry.
They do, and it's nice, and you should, you know what I mean?
It's not something to make fun of. It's just a natural thing.
That's how you get new planets.
I was going to say that one of the first things I did with my girlfriend's name is Katie. One of the first things Katie and I did together was we went to Paris. Mm-hmm. And one thing that is true about me is I told Katie, don't worry about it. I speak French. So you're actually like totally good and safe with me. Mm-hmm. Because I had taken French in high school, but then when we got there, it turns out that actually Katie is fluent in French and I don't speak it at all. We found that out, and that was fun. And then one of the things that also I said was, I've actually seen the Eiffel Tower before, so I don't even care if we go or not. But then we drove past it at night and got out of the car briefly, and I fell into the street because I was so excited to see it that I fell off the curb and was crying. And I rolled into the street.
Wow.
Because it was beautiful.
And you guys are still dating?
We're actually still, well, that's what makes me charming. Darcy, you don't get it.
No. I think it is charming.
It's me, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's me, but I'm doing this stuff.
Please, I'm so charmed by it. I'm so charmed by it. Wait, I actually have to turn off the comments because now I'm obsessed.
Now you're,
So Patrick, do you occasionally put, we could talk about this afterwards, but do you occasionally put a comment?
We can talk about it now. Let's talk about it now.
Okay. Right now. Do you occasionally put wait, oh God, I can't look at the comments. I'm obsessed.
Darcy, let's just give you, rather than panicking you, let's just give you a solid 60 seconds where all you do is look in the comments.
Okay, great. Yeah. Oh, no.
And then you get it out of your
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm going to read some. I'm just going to scroll through. Okay. So CTD says, good job, Spectrum. Always the best. Dan Engler says, hunch more, George. Jim's Pants, is he CG? Daisy Barksdale Crew says, the stained glass will help with the reception. Crabs Lion said, second unit is the honest unit. Lena 316 says, yes. Bri says, hi. Andy Blandy says, hi, Darcy. Life Cereal says, hi, Cameron, and hi, Darcy. So that's also, and then, okay, so I think people realize that I'm now seeing comments. So there's a lot of hi, Darcy. And I appreciate that.
You got to get out now.
Yeah.
Now we're out. Now we're out.
Okay. Was there anything else, Cameron, that you liked seeing in Paris? Like, was there anything else that, like, did the Arc de Triomphe, like, were you pumped to see that too, or was it?
Well,
Tower that really got you?
I really like the Eiffel Tower. Also, I had this thing where I was going to lesbian bars every time I was traveling that year. That was like last year, but bars don't exist anymore. And so there was one in Paris, and so we walked so far. Oh, walking. And then when we got there, we looked in the window, and it was too early because we're American. We didn't understand what time you might go out. And it was the kind of situation, you look through the window and there's only like 3 people in there. You say, we can't go in.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can't, especially not me. I was just pointing at things and then Katie would speak. So I thought, I can't. But we had previously, right before this, we had gone to a lesbian bar in Dublin. That was a huge success. They said,
I bet.
They said, we know who you are. Here's your own table. I said, shut your trap.
The dream.
Dublin dream in Dublin.
Come
With
on.
lesbians.
All those
It's
red
like Catholic there. You can't
They're watching Comedy Central. They're seeing the.
They're there.
freckles as far as the eye can see.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
One time I saw a fist fight in Dublin.
What had happened? Who were you in the fight? Where were
I was
you?
a passerby, and one girl walked up to another girl and she said, "Let me just think if I can hear her voice." She said, "Like, I heard you've been talking about me." I heard you've been talking about me, and then this is what I heard. I heard like so loud, and it was so cold. So imagine that sound.
Oh my God.
And then I turned to my husband. Remember my husband, Jason? Remember him from earlier?
Yeah.
The text message?
Yes.
Good man.
I said,
The dog too. He's in the dog.
the dog. That's right. I said, "Get me out of here." That's what came out of my mouth.
Darcy.
Yeah, he
Get
did.
you out of there.
Get me out of here. That's what
Darcy, can we get his side of the story?
I said. Shit. Hey, Jason.
He doesn't have to come on camera if he doesn't want to, but we would like to hear him at least.
I think he's probably watching Peaky Blinders. Hey, Jay. Will you come up here really quick? You don't have to be on camera. He just said, and you can bring Penny if you want to.
We gotta.
We gotta.
Will you just confirm?
Confirm.
He just needs to confirm it.
Yeah. He's so annoyed, but in a really cute way. You don't have to be on camera. Will you tell the story that I just told of the fist fight in Dublin? Do you remember what the girl said, and do you remember what I said to you? It's if I got it, it might not be word perfect, but you understand. That's how.
We got it.
Do you remember?
That's why this is interesting.
Said, I heard you've been talking about it.
Yes! Did you hear that?
Perfect. And a nice brogue too. A nice brogue.
And then do you remember what I said to you? Say it nicely.
Take me home right now.
Yes!
That's great.
Oh my God.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
And I want to, well, both of you are there. So when you said, take me home right now, and you were in Dublin visiting, did that mean you had to then go straight to the airport?
No.
Yeah.
I meant to our friend Lindsay's house who we were staying with.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right.
Here we go. What do you? Oh, I thought you were grabbing.
I was trying to grab Penny and she kind of scooted away from me. Can I pick you up for a second, please? George Lucas wants to see you.
They really do.
Yes. Okay. Come in.
There we are.
Oh man.
Hello.
I wouldn't mind a kiss.
You're very nice. You're very nice.
Thank Jason for us.
They say thank you. You really killed it,
Thank you,
Jay.
Jason.
That was good. We did get some more fan art. I do want to show this.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's Darcy on the
That's
left.
really good,
That's really good. That's it. That's exactly that's
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the show.
That's the scene.
Yeah.
Well, we are just a few years from people just being able to make all the mashups they want.
Do you want to hear a dumb thing about that picture that just came up?
Yeah.
All right, this is stupid. This is only for like a real good place diehard, and also even then you wouldn't care. But that green, okay, so I'm wearing a green outfit and I'm wearing my hair up in like a little bun up here. It was the first time. That's not true. I wear the purple outfit in every episode, and then it got rebooted, and I wore a lighter purple outfit with like a long ponytail. And then the woman who did my hair and I thought that Janet was going to last for a really long time. So we were like, let's pick a hairstyle that we love. And she was in one episode. I thought it was going to be like a season of green outfit bun on top, but it was not. And that's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody died. Except
everybody died in the good time. Yeah. It's interesting to me. I feel like we were very lucky with the timing of The Good Place that the final season landed before this year. You know what I mean? Because I think it would have been a different feeling for in many ways. I without revealing anything about where it ultimately lands. Imagine if that was dropping in March or April, I think it would have been perhaps too intense. That it would have maybe colored everyone's reaction. I think because for a lot of people it was a very especially people don't necessarily expect that sort of deep an emotional dive on a network television situation comedy. You know what I mean? And you honestly don't even expect that necessarily from like a cable drama in many cases, you know, and I'm glad that show was able to be fully processed pre-2020, because I also think that some of the things that I think it was good to go through that experience and then have this year where you had time to like fully process it. And then it sort of feels like a primer for how to mentally deal with the weird time we're in.
I mean, do you think that it just would have, like, we would have gotten to a situation where the show could never end? Like, I think that's kind of what you're talking about. It's like if it hadn't before that, it's like like with Grey's Anatomy, like the show can't end because we keep having new medical things going on. So it's like each time that they're like they look. You remember it's like the penultimate episode of every season. They always look to the camera and they go, and that's medicine. And that's then then it'll be like a news story there to keep the show going.
Let's talk about, I'm going to get a slightly spoilery, but let's talk about last week's Grey's Anatomy. All right, Darcy, I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't, but I do subscribe to the internet, so I saw.
Right. You know what happens at the end of the episode. Very good place.
Are you still to this day, Cameron?
Actually, this is like, look, I haven't seen it in a minute. But but the showrunner knows I'm an extremely huge fan, and I did audition with her to be on it last year, but then she said, let's find something funny for you. You know what I mean? When you're trying to, you go, all right, my girlfriend's just died. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're crying in the thing. And she goes, I loved it. Let's find something funny for you. And you go, oopsie daisy.
That's gonna
we gotta get you in that hospital.
That's
whoopsie does.
You want to end up in the hospital because something happened at an open mic. That's what
you know what? It's never too soon is what I always say. So when somebody I'm at the hospital, they go, do a full set. I go, don't you think it's too soon?
Right.
Then I correct myself. I don't.
What if you were what if you were a Patch Adams style doctor who joins the staff of the hospital?
Crazy that they haven't had that yet.
Because they are at the point in a TV series, in the run of a TV series, where they are open. Any new idea that they haven't done is on the table.
Yes.
Because I'm going to go ahead and spoil what happened at the end of last week's episode.
You said it was very good, Placey?
What? Yeah, because it's on a beach. That's where Janet gets rebooted.
that is very good.
You know what I mean? It looks like it's the place where you go to kill a Janet.
That's right.
And instead she's there, and it's McDreamy and it's like did they reboot McDreamy? I'm expecting to see him up in the sky.
Oh yeah,
making an announcement.
Is he
He's been there for some time.
I mean, I guess
they're heading into Good Place territory. The fact that it's like on a beach and there's a rebooted McDreamy.
Although I guess if you're an old fan,
we got to get you as a Patch Adams on that show, because there's other doctors who be like, this isn't a joke. I mean, laughter is the best medicine.
I go, let me break it down for you. There was a setup and a punchline. It's a joke. See, do you see what I'm saying? Already,
Can we come up with a Patch Adams-esque nickname? Because then I think we could get some fan art.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. No.
Yeah, Snatch is good. No, I like Snatch. Start with Snatch.
Snatch. Oh, I mean, you could just be Snatch Adams.
We're done. We have it. We nailed it.
Adams.
Well, what about this? What about Snatch Adams Duritz?
That's
Snatch Adams Duritz.
That is
That's
really
cool.
good.
Adams Duritz. Yeah, yeah.
I was
okay.
gonna say Snatch
do that right?
Adams because she's like kind of a player. You know what I mean? But I like yours better.
Mine is unappealing to the ear.
Should
No,
well, I was gonna ask, should Adams Duritz be one word?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
Adams Duritz.
Yeah. And
It's a little bit like a Ruth Chris Steakhouse situation.
oh my gosh.
and you could have Adam cameo as himself as a patient in the hospital
Yeah.
that you end up having to treat. Something happens to me, super sad.
Oh, that's really good. God, I love it so much. It's really good. Wow, similar. Somebody, yeah.
And you just look so nice in all these photos. It's just what a dream this experience is, you know.
Cameron, I wanted to say that before, when you sat in the chair, that somehow the R2D2 got to looking even bigger and more real. You know what I mean? Like, it now looked like you were fully next to an R2D2 that was twice the size of you. I'm really impressed with your effects game. It's such a simple effect, and yet it's devastatingly effective.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm telling you, I went to see the Kubrick exhibit at LACMA where they have all the fucking shit hung.
Yeah.
Like the day it opened. So you don't think you're with
know
exactly what I am doing. T2, the first movie to use groundbreaking facial morphing technology. There before only used in Michael Jackson's black and white video. I knew who I was talking to.
Well, Willow, now in fairness, that I believe that showed up in Willow first. That was the first morphing, was in Willow.
But of the face?
I stole the baby, for example.
Yeah, they all had faces when they were morphing. That's the first time you saw morphing. But then obviously Landis in the black and white video, he really upped the game. But I brought the morphing first with my buddy Lil Ron, who made Willow. I fell asleep on the set of that movie.
Of course you did.
That's a real story we've heard.
Yeah, I came to visit. I was visiting the set, and I fell asleep in one of the chairs, and people started taking pictures of me. And I thought, you know what, that's fine.
Were you kind of like this?
Yeah.
George, show us. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, you look adorable. You look totally adorable.
Oh.
Okay, you guys, I thought of something. It doesn't make sense that I'm saying it now. I should have said it like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. But now George is asleep. So
now George is asleep. Yeah. So, okay, you know who we were talking about? Patch Adams.
Yeah.
Do you remember the woman in that movie, his sort of like girlfriend friend? Do you remember who it was?
Oh, that's the mom from Parenthood.
Okay, so Monica Potter.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah. My buddy Ron made the movie that they then made they produced a TV show of. My buddy Lil Ron.
Okay, Lil Ron. So
yeah, so it all ties back to Willow.
It is Monica Potter, yes.
Okay,
Monica Potter, she's the mom in Parenthood, one of the moms in Parenthood, the TV show.
Yeah.
Great show.
Okay.
Now,
I've heard a rumor.
Here she is at Daily Fest.
There she is, Monica Potter. I heard a rumor that I just said George instead of Counting Crows. That the Counting Crows wrote a song about Monica Potter. I mean, Adam Duritz wrote a song about Monica Potter. Potter's in the title. It's called like
it's Potter's Lullaby.
Yes, I've heard that that's actually about Monica Potter. So
this guy can't get enough Monicas.
A little bit of Monicas in his life.
Yeah, he should play it. He should write a song for Monica solo.
It's actually crazy that he didn't write that song.
Let's pull up this background. And Darcy, I want you to read this Wikipedia page while we're here.
Oh.
Okay, ready?
Also, I want to say before she reads this that Darcy, if you are looking to start a very, very low budget kind of show, I think Darcy reads the comments is a great format for a show.
Great, I'm in.
You just need a producer who can kind of curate the comments so that you're not just getting hellos.
Patrick?
Yeah.
Well, I think that something really wonderful has happened here, and I can't wait for Darcy to read this, but I also think that there is something really wonderful that has happened, I think, in this particular paragraph.
Yes.
Okay.
Does everyone see it? It's beautiful. It's a really wonderful thing. Okay.
The back. Sorry, I said background, but that's because it's the word above. Okay. Yeah. The band's frontman, Adam Duritz, has stated that the song was written about actress Monica Potter. Duritz, who has based other songs on real people, explained that this song was influenced by an imaginary version of the actress based on seeing her on screen in Con Air and Patch Adams. Serendipity led to them, not the movie, led to them meeting for the first time for a casual supper with industry friends the day the band was recording the song, and Potter returned to the studio with Duritz to watch them record. They became friends, and she actually salvaged the song for the band.
What?
And Duritz later told Potter that the song was being dropped as the subsequent production efforts had butchered it. She gave him a tape from that night with a clean copy of the 4th of 8 versions recorded while she was in the studio. And this is the version that was added to the album.
I did not read the full paragraph when I brought it up. I only read the first sentence, and I was like, "This is good. Let's bring it up."
Fucking insane.
That's so good.
That is what we in the industry call a McClunky.
Wait, Patrick, can you do us a favor?
Yeah.
And please, because what has happened is that I need to know where the hyperlink goes.
Oh,
please tell us what has been linked from Serendipity, not TM.
Serendipity. That's my assumption.
An unplanned fortunate discovery.
Oh,
unplanned fortunate discovery, like the movie.
But if we want to talk about that movie, we got to click on that disambiguation page.
No,
Patrick,
but see, this is like,
disambiguation
how many times have you seen this in a Wikipedia entry where they link through to just a random word?
Yeah,
this is truly like
it's
fairly unprecedented.
I mean, rock and band are the two closest things, but even that's like.
Wait, is it like serendipitous that it was linked? No. That's not what serendipity means. But
it would be
just
like
a beautiful thing that no Wikipedia sheriff has like come in and ruined.
I think it's serendipitous if we went to the serendipity page and it was like George Lucas has stated that serendipity plays a big role in his movies. Like,
right?
Yeah.
Holy hell, that was a lot of connections. I'm feeling very post cake.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
We're all post cake.
Can I tell you guys a little information about Wikipedia? It's a very good fact.
Yes.
Okay, it goes like this. I first had started doing open mics, and my initial girlfriend, we had broken up.
Okay.
And she was dating someone else.
Oh, shit.
And that person, for some reason, made me a Wikipedia page. But I was only doing open mics at this time. And so the editors that Mr. Lucas just spoke about flagged this page, and it was removed. But for several years, the #1 Google result for my name was what it was flagged as for removal. What it was flagged as.
Snatch Adams?
Person of no consequence. Which is like.
For years, you said?
For several, well, because this was like in 2005. Like YouTube and Twitter started in 2006. There was nothing else on the internet.
Right.
Yeah, it was for several years the top result because like the other ones were just like other Camerons or the concept of the world.
Yeah. Oh, Memento Mori says that's a perfect stand-up special title.
That's true.
I agree. I did a Person of Consequence tour where I tried to tell that story and figure out how to make it like good for stage, but it just is better shared between friends.
And honestly, that's what this is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one's watching. It's just us. Someone made this show a Wikipedia page, and in the page they listed some of the guests that have been on this show, and Wikipedia flagged it because they said it's too name droppy.
Oh my god! What
I
the
counter
hell?
with that's the whole point of the show.
What? Yeah, you freak! Would they say that to Conan O'Brien?
Who drops more names than Wikipedia?
So here's what I think we should do. Let's give them a quote where we say it's not name droppy, so then they can add that to the Wikipedia page.
How do we do that?
Darcy, why don't you say it, and then we'll just say that you said it wasn't too name droppy.
Page.
Okay, and what do I say? What do I say exactly? How do I say it?
I think you should say, it'll be like Darcy Carden stated on the show that naming guests who were on the show is definitely not name droppy and should be included in a Wikipedia page or something like that.
Okay. Darcy Carden has stated on the show that it is definitely name droppy, and she would argue is the whole reason for the actually a good. It's Darcy Carden has stated that actually name dropping is really it's one of the things that actually is good about it's a good when you're in a talk show. That's a good thing, you know.
I'd also like to add a quote.
Yes, here we go.
Great.
Darcy Carden has stated that it's actually good that you drop names on a. It's part. I can't understand. The thing is,
Right.
What Darcy Carden stated
Exactly.
was that yes,
and that's the thing.
I mean, those are two good quotes that I sincerely both get added to our Wikipedia page.
Yeah, honestly, that might be one quote. Can you be
also, if people are bored during the pandemic, you should just go to random historical Wikipedia pages, and anytime a person is referenced, flag it. Say this is a little name droppy. Anytime a person is mentioned on Wikipedia, say this is too name droppy.
It's so strange.
Just go to like Teddy Roosevelt's page, and any names that are mentioned, just say name droppy, too name droppy. Why are you dropping all these names?
It's so strange because it's like an opinion. It's right.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Does somebody hate you?
Well, and what's bad is, on one hand, if you're too obscure, then they'll say, "Oh, you're a person of no consequence." But then if you name a bunch of people of consequence, then you're name droppy. So it's like, where's the sweet spot for you, Wikipedia? What do you want? What do you want from us besides donations? Because I keep seeing that banner at the top.
I do too.
Down a little.
Well, it does seem, George. I gotta say, I feel like
you make me click that X every time. Make that banner go away.
It feels like you could drop a little bit of money towards them.
I would never do that after what they did to Cameron.
Thank you.
I would never give Wikipedia a dime. I find Wikipedia to be a person of no consequence. That's what I think. It is a person of no consequence.
Also, but here's my question: so since this was an ex's current partner, right?
Yeah.
So I've spoken to the ex many times since. We're friends.
Aww.
But that partner, I never spoke to about this. And it's like, it's totally possible that the whole plan was, this is an open micer. I think if I make this pay, it's either an accident happened, or this is like the most devious and brilliant way to mess with somebody.
Oh yeah.
That you feel is your competition. And so that's why I'd like to introduce this as a storyline for the new A League of Their Own.
Ooh.
I make a Wikipedia page for the Peaches.
Okay.
Or whatever the team is called now. In the reboot. And then it's flagged as a team of no consequence because you lost the final.
Right. And this is during World War II, so it'd be actual flags probably, right? It would have to be like actual flags.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like a flag football thing when you wear a belt.
Yeah.
Did R2D2 just slide out of the room and slide back in?
He's on wheels.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Wait, guys, big
update. Oh my goodness.
Sarah Clev.
Gorgeous. Thank you, Sarah Clev. It was
I would go into whatever store or restaurant that was the sign in front of, I would go into.
Me too.
There's Cameron sitting.
That is the scale.
This is fun. Because the thing is, planets do come live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then
That's right. I love that.
Oh,
yeah.
It's so fun to see.
Wait. We got another one from Sarah Clev. Hang on.
She's Clev. Oh, God.
Very well done.
Really good.
That's the best. That's the best.
I wonder if Adam Duritz ever tried to date any of the women on Joey.
The thing is, for sure.
Was Kudrow married at that point? Let's see when Kudrow was married. Because I think she was too.
Yeah.
Darcy, can you do a good Can you do like a good Lisa Kudrow? Are you at all capable of that?
Let's see.
Kudrow.
Wait, hang on, because we could do it. We could do a story, which is like this. One time I was going into a restaurant. I'm at the door. I'm opening the door, right?
Okay.
And she's coming out. Okay, so I'm at the door. I open the door, coming out. I immediately clock that it's Lisa Kudrow, but I think to myself, probably she doesn't really talk like that, and isn't so polite, right? But she's like so polite and totally talks like that. So it's like I'm like, oh my god, and then she's like,
oh, sorry, huh. Sorry, oh, ah.
I just turned beet red.
Yeah,
I'm so sweaty. It was so good.
Oh,
it was exactly right.
We're doing it. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
That couldn't have gone better. Literally 100 out of a 1 to 10. I feel sick.
Sorry.
I feel sick.
I love her so much.
So good. Okay.
Oh God.
We're back.
Cameron and I were just
I have a message for you, Darcy, from Ryan Miller from the band Guster.
Guster.
Yeah. He's a friend of the show. He's done a lot of our music for us and things. He wrote the theme for the show.
Yeah, I know.
He says he's obsessed with The Good Place and Darcy, and he thinks you're the coolest.
Wow.
Damn, that's so nice. And Guster is a great band.
Yeah.
I've loved them for a long time. And my friend Connor, who's on my shirt, he actually just, made me love them even more because apparently they're really good dudes that are fun to tour with. So thank you. I can't wait when the world opens up again. Guster, I can't wait to put one of your set lists on my wall.
How much room is on the wall? It looks like, is there a point where you're going to have to either change the spacing or make a hard choice?
I do think we're kind of done with this. I'm in the weirdest room that you could ever be in, which is, we call it Midgard. And there's a little
the room. In fairness, the room I'm in is a little weird.
It's a little weird,
right?
This is a middle. Like there's an upstairs and a downstairs, and this is like a tiny little middle room that is so strange. There's a little I'm not kidding when I say there's a bed back there, but if you see there's no way to get there except for climbing over the bookshelf. Okay.
Wow, that is an unusual room,
isn't it? Though.
Wow, that's like where Yoda lives.
Yeah, that's where Yoda lives. And then there's another little storage space right there. Wait, it's hard to do this for my brain. Another storage space right there.
Wow.
Anyway, so I guess we could put more like I think. God, why is my brain? I can't do it the opposite way. So anyway, Woda.
Woda.
Do you see that gal?
What gal?
That gal.
Oh, there she is.
There you are.
Stole it straight from the set, and I don't apologize.
Was that the only thing that you stole? Also, Cameron, have you ever stolen something from a set or a comedy club, or what's the biggest thing you've ever stolen? Is my question.
Or a store. The other thing I didn't steal this, but the George referenced earlier. There's like a beach where Janet is rebooted.
Yeah.
And if you can picture the reboot button, it's like a huge, 4 foot tall pole with a button on top, like on a cement block. And after we wrapped, Morgan Sackett, one of the executive producers, he called me into his office and he was like, "Come here. Did you drive in today?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Look what I have." And he had that huge pole thing. And I had to like get a dolly and put it in the back of my car. And now it lives in our back house. It's really cool.
That's very cool.
I didn't steal it though. I was given it.
Okay.
So I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've just taken clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ethan Runt says Cameron's stolen hearts all over.
What
a lot of mobility in the brace. What?
Yeah, if you want to get your ego boosted up, come on the George Lucas talk show because the fans will just shower you with nice things. It's very
so nice.
Yeah.
I'll show you the biggest thing that I ever stole.
Oh God!
But I actually stole it for a movie.
For a movie, not from a movie.
Steal it from a movie. I stole it from the people who would later steal Star Wars from me.
Oh God!
This is a Scrooge McDuck comic
Yeah.
See that boulder? That booby trap boulder where you take the little statue and then the boulder destroys everything. Yeah, I stole that for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Wow.
So you stole that.
I stole that, and then they got me back good.
But how'd they get you back?
Star Wars from me. They stole all of Star Wars from me, and they just gave me a few $1 billion.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having such a hard time with like George. What is it called when did you guys call it forced perspective?
Yeah.
Did you call it that?
Framing the shot. Framing the shot. I didn't name it. No.
Okay, I'm having a hard time like with my lefts and my rights.
Right.
That is not
it's tough on the thing. It's tough. You can't even it's tough.
Right.
Because you're watching the thing. It's tough. Nobody's meant to do this.
It's tough. Yeah.
It's not. We're not. This is not right.
Life's hard.
It is what's happening, but it's not correct.
That's right.
Wow.
Will there ever be a day that I could go back and read all the comments, or do they just disappear?
I mean, it'll be on Twitch for the next few weeks, so you can.
Oh yes, Twitch is something I absolutely know what is.
She knows how to get there. We both do.
You can download it on your iPad or your smartphone.
Yeah,
I can get there.
You can get to Twitch.
I can get to it. I'll get my car right now.
Okay.
Pop the reboot switch in the back, and off I go.
Yeah.
Cameron,
take your Twitch to Kinko's and have them print it out.
Cameron, George is a talk show host. You know that now. You're seeing him. He's hosting a talk show. But I want to hear about a different talk show host. I want to hear about Jay Leno.
Oh yeah, what do you want to know?
What was your interaction with him? Because you guys did Craig Ferguson together, right?
Yeah,
and you killed.
And you killed. That was
wow.
I remember when it was on. I remember you doing really well.
A murder of Crow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you all that it actually was an extremely fun time. Yes. I met him because because I don't have a very much amount of chill.
Yeah.
Leather jackets that would cause you to think I have chill. Yes. But none of the chill that should go inside of it.
Yeah.
So when I was back in the green room to tape Ferguson, I was like pacing around looking at my notebook, and I'd never done stand up on TV before. And of course, like Jay Leno walked in, and I literally, I think he said to me, like, you're the comic on the show, right? Because I'm not a voices guy.
Yeah.
You're not comic on the show.
But I
was on the show. How?
She's good at everything.
No, sorry.
She plays baseball. Everybody let that go. And she was like, first base, the position I played. And we were like, oh yeah, we are a team. And we're like, okay. She's gorgeous. Does she have a tiny fucking bed? Nope. Two of them. There was one off camera.
Well, it's a tiny fucking bed nook, but it's for someone. Someone stays there. Little Yoda stays up.
I mean, the way you volleyed that was beautiful.
So good.
Okay, back to Leno and Fergie Boy.
Yeah, so it
was just. He said, like, you're the comic. He said it like Jay Leno. If anybody here knows how to do the impression, do it. No, I didn't know. Anyway, so I probably said like, oh, Mr. Leno, it's like so fantastic to meet you and congratulations, because he was like retiring from the Tonight Show that day.
Oh, wow.
Was the day that it was announced. And so, just as a comic, he did a lot of things. Anyway, whatever, doesn't fucking matter, because I said that to him. He stayed to watch my set, which is unusual because usually the comics on Ferguson, they taped it all in a row on a different day. There's not usually a stand-up that's watched by the guests, but there was the two of them there that are watching me. And I like ad-libbed with them, which was wild because I actually thought that it was like my first time on television. You have to send your script in to be read by the people that say, yes, this can go on television because it's not too many curses. And I thought that because I ad-libbed with them that I was like, the censors, like I'm looking after this.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I gotta leave. Like I gotta get out of this town. And I walked off stage and the booker was there and I was like, I am so sorry Like, I know that I talked to them. They invited me over to the couch. I sat between them. My feet didn't touch the ground. Like, the whole thing was just like, exactly. You've seen it. You all have seen it. You know what it's like. Man, to be two of these.
That's right.
So anyway, he was like, no, that was incredible.
That rules. Oh, I found a picture. Here, let me bring a picture. Look at this. Hanging out.
Oh my God.
Hanging out.
So chill ass.
Oh, that's great.
Cool. You look cool.
But you can see that you can understand what's going on. My shoulder, very high. Very high shoulders. She's doing her very best.
In that shot was Jay. Can we get a close up on Jay? Is he singing?
Was he? I don't know.
He's probably saying. And Darcy, you could do this. You know what I mean? I think I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but this is what he's probably saying here.
It looks like you might be beatboxing and he's singing along to it.
Oh, that's fun.
White men are out. Lesbians rule.
And he said that on camera, right?
To the camera.
Wow. And honestly, like, he's right.
White pants.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the most true thing he's ever said.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cameron, do you know if your character's coming back to Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Is a Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Mm-hmm.
That was a question for you. Is a Brooklyn Nine-Nine? You know what I mean? It's just like a general question about.
That's a great point.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
I nodded too fast. I didn't think about it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine does sound like a name of a droid.
Oh. And a droid is something that you are really familiar with, right, George?
Yeah, because I would write characters in movies that were just droids.
Right.
But someone else came up with that term.
Droid?
Yeah.
Well, and it's sort of like android, but then you take the and, drop the and, it's cleaner.
Well, it's almost like
it was used. But it was used like
droid. Right. Right, George.
It might have been. It's hard for me to keep track of what I invented and what I didn't. I don't know whether I was the first, but people would say robot. They would say android. And I was like, just call him droid.
Right.
You know.
And, well, okay, here's the thing. I Googled first person to say droid. That is the phrase I Googled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I actually knew that. That's what I was trying to say.
Really, Cameron?
Looks like I did it.
Yeah, of course.
Cameron knows all about Google search option optimization.
Yeah,
that's true.
I do wonder if that. Now I'm starting to wonder whether that search result was added by the man who built the stained glass window in my library.
George, do you want to tell him the story?
Oh, I was cuckolded by the man who designed the stained glass window in my library.
Okay, and go a few more details.
My first wife, Marcia Lucas,
the editor.
The editor, yes. We had this stained glass, beautiful stained glass, sort of skylight at the ranch, and the guy who built it took up basically. Well, he started seeing my wife, and that was the end of it. But I left the stained glass up. I left it up. It's still there.
Does it remind you of that time?
Well, yeah, because he made it.
And when you say when you say cuckolded, that just means that he made it like he had sex with her. Or wait, what does that mean? It means
you nailed it on the first bit.
Oh, I truly love that we now have a clip of George Lucas explain cuckolding to Darcy.
Yeah, when someone else is with your person you're with.
But does it mean that you're watching or not necessarily?
No. It wasn't part of we weren't playing. It wasn't like in my biography that was written about me by Brian J. Jones. I was described. Jones. Yeah, we could sing it. I was described. There's a quote in there that said that my first wife said that I was sexually unimaginative.
Okay, now I can see that actually.
Yeah, but I also look at all the other stuff I came up with.
What's the year that this happened?
I'm sorry I didn't think of a new way of doing it.
Early 80s. So it's
early 80s.
It's post
That's actually a
Empire,
relief.
post Empire, pre Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
actually a relief.
yeah,
Well, actually,
pre-K.
maybe not. I don't know.
80
George.
83, they got divorced, George. I don't know if you remember the year, but I wanted to.
83. Okay. So this happened early 80s.
What's
Well,
a relief?
I think it's a relief that, I guess what I was saying is like, if you had already seen Beauty and the Beast
Right.
and you walked into that room, which obviously in Beauty and the Beast, that's where they fall in love. You know what I mean?
wow.
Right.
If you had already
Well,
seen that, then
now you're speaking of the Disney, the company that took away my.
but you've
also-
seen it. I mean, you watch the
Yeah.
competition, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And you have a heart, so you might not be sexually imaginative, but like you watch that scene, the soaring, you know, and the
Yeah.
spinning, you go, oh my God,
Computer
what is that, computer animation? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
But
interesting.
George, you're
Mhm.
happily remarried now, and
That's
you
right.
and your wife hang out in that library all the time.
Wow.
That's right.
And
Well, that makes sense
Yeah.
because it wasn't ruined. Oh no,
Yeah.
Ruby, that's not the right thing to do. Look,
Ruby,
she's eating
Uh,
electrical cords.
Ruby.
I think I have to take her out.
Yeah.
to make a pee or a poo poo.
She's got to go
Oh.
potty. She's just a little
What a charmer.
baby.
Oh
What a
my
charmer.
gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
We're actually in love. It's true. It's truly
Oh,
real.
it's so
I
nice.
really love her and she's good.
That's so great. Do you sing songs to her a lot?
Do I sing songs to her? I think no. I think my main way of bonding with her is that we have a special name that we use, just the two of us.
Go
Because her
on.
name is Ruby, but I call her Zuby. So you know what I mean? Because some people would call her by her regular name.
Sure, the name that
She
you gave her.
But you can
The name that you
know,
named her.
and then sometimes you might even say Zuber.
Okay, sure.
Can you imagine?
Can you
Yeah.
even?
I can't imagine.
Can you
Absolutely.
even? Oh, that is really
Wow.
great. And, no, I feel like if we ran the tape back, you said you have a name that you call each other. Does she call you Zuby as well? And don't run the tape back because I'm not sure that you said that. But
are
I
we even
think that
capable? Can we run the tape back, Patrick?
Bloop, 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 bloop. No, we're not capable. I'm sorry. I tried.
Well, if that's
a
what I
little
said,
bit of Ruby
it's
in my
what I
life.
meant. Yeah.
A little bit
anyway.
of Zuby by my side. A little bit of Zubert, me, oh my. I don't remember the
Yeah.
word.
No, Zuber. Yes, Zuber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super.
Oh, all right. Look,
Wow.
Sleepy Zabby.
I'm gonna go take care of my dog. This has
Oh,
been
This has been so
extremely
delightful.
fun, and I stayed for a long time because
Yeah.
I even told these two. I said, "Look, I gotta go immediately."
You did.
But I liked everybody so much, and it was such a nice time. I
Oh.
said, "I'll
Yeah.
break my own word."
Zuby,
Wow.
Zuby, Zoo.
Zooby, zooby, zoo.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you so
for
much,
coming,
Cameron. It was so nice talking to you.
Everyone here is a top tier person.
Agreed.
You
Same.
all take
Buy
care.
books.
Buy books.
Buy books. Thank you,
Oh,
Cameron.
Oh,
And like that, she's gone.
What a cool,
not
what
mess
a cool
around.
person.
cool person.
I mean, the cool move would for also wait. The cool move would for wait. The cool
Yeah.
move would
No,
be
you're doing the cool
for
move.
me also to go right the second, right?
yeah. Well, we're in a. Are you? Did she try? Oh, I thought you were going to try to do it.
Oh, like
We
to
were
just
gonna say you're in this weird spot that we have with a lot of guests every week, where
Yeah.
the first guest is gone,
yeah.
and then the second guest is like,
Well,
What
I
do I
have
do now?
I have a question for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck else am I gonna do? It's Sunday night, honey.
It's a great
You know what I'm
question.
saying?
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. We like to say, never feel pressure to stay, but also never feel pressure to go either.
Yeah.
Because
That is-
as you're right, it's Sunday night, and if you're having a good time at the party, this party doesn't end until it's over. You know what I mean?
This party don't stop, bitch.
Don't
It's kind of
stop, bitch.
yeah. The last two nights, can you even believe this? The last two nights I have been asleep by 9:30.
Wow.
Isn't that radical?
What time do you get up?
Well, in real life or when I go to bed at 9:30?
When you go to bed?
I went to bed at 9 one night and then I went to bed at 9:30 last night. I think I got up at 7 this morning, but that's a lot of hours. I could
That
have
is a
gotten up at like 5 and been rested.
What, is Ron Howard doing Willow reshoots in your house? What's happening?
Lil Ronnie?
Lil Ron? Lil Ronnie?
Lil Ron? That's who did Willow?
Did you
That's
Ron
who did
on?
Willow?
Yeah.
Have you
I
ever
just-
met Ron Howard?
I just met him on a Zoom a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
And
He's
he
great.
was what do you think? The best?
What do you-
he was
what are you
so
gonna
great.
say?
Did he
Yeah,
have his hat on?
Oh, honey, he had his hat on.
Oh, you as Randy Newman once said, you can leave your hat on.
Okay.
I love Ronnie.
Yes, I remember that song.
Yeah, you can leave your hat on is about Ron Howard.
Is that you can leave
Wikipedia.
Is that a Randy Newman song?
I believe he wrote it.
I'm sure you're right, George. You know music.
Am I right? I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I always think of that song as like a sexy song, and I certainly don't think of Randy Newman as like a sexy man.
By Joe Cocker.
That's why I think it.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's.
It's on Sail Away. It's on the Randy Newman album, Sail Away.
Yeah, there's a version that sounds a little more like.
Are you saying that Joe Cocker's voice is on Randy Newman's album? Is that what you're saying to me?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying he covered it.
Joe did.
Joe did.
Yeah.
Joe Cover. Joe Cover Randy.
Joe Cocker. They call him after that. They're like, we're gonna start calling you Joe Cover.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Please don't do that.
Please.
Do you ever wow, I keep saying the wrong words. Do you guys ever just sit on this and go like, what else?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Here's the craziest thing. We're going to go for like 2 more hours.
I love this about you. And honestly, of course you are. Of fucking course you are. You guys talk for a second. I'm just going to look in the
you go in the comments.
Oh yeah, let's do Darcy Carmen. Darcy Carmen?
Darcy Carmen?
Darcy reads the Carmen.
Wait,
George,
can we break a rule really quick?
Yeah.
Or should we
show what, like go to sleep or show feet?
No. I'm gonna make this blind item for Darcy.
Okay.
Can we move into another phase of the show so we can call upon Bryson to do some stuff?
Yeah, I think we can break the rule.
I think we can.
Would you rather I leave? Because I can't.
No.
Here's the thing.
Darcy, let's do this. Stay here. I'm going to pull you from the screen for a minute.
Can I go pee while you do it?
Yes. Okay, bye, Darcy. So good seeing you.
Bye, Darcy.
And then I'll come back.
But don't really leave.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So, obviously, I think put a Y in the comments, the letter Y in the comments if you're enjoying the show, and an N in the comments if you're not enjoying the show. Let's see. So seeing lots of Y's.
Lots of Y's. I want to see more N's.
Oh, wait, I am seeing. I saw at least one person said.
Oh yeah.
No.
A lot of people are saying N. I miss Watto.
Right.
Which, like, there's nothing we can do. The computer overheated. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. But if you're enjoying the show, that sends a real message.
Yeah. Let's also say if you're enjoying the show and you want to support it,
there's a button down below that says support the show.
Yeah. And I'm wearing a shirt made by Bring the Noise that promotes our $4 friend club, which means if you want to donate $4, you get to be a friend.
And I will say this. People have been really great about donating when we do our charity watch-alongs. People have been really great about it. But there are expenses that have to do with running the show. For instance, the computer that we were using to run Watto, that's, we don't really have a budget for this show. And most of my billions are tied up in either the museum or going to education. I'm unable to fund this show directly for a number of legal, personal, and artistic reasons.
It's like a super. You can't pay yourself. It's like a super.
I can't. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. My hands are tied.
Yeah.
And so and there are some things coming up. Patrick just bought some equipment this week for something that's going to happen in a little over a month.
Yeah.
And that's just coming out of his.
Let's say this now before we move on to the next phase of the show.
Yeah.
One of the things coming up in 2 weeks is our next fundraiser.
Yeah. And this is something I'm very excited about. We did a version of this show several years ago. I think it was maybe 5 years ago. We did a show called Lucas Lynch, where we celebrated me, George Lucas, and my connection to filmmaker and artist David Lynch. So on what day is it? November 27th?
7th, 9th? Let me check. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Patrick will get
November 29th. 29th.
Sunday, November 29th, we will be watching the something by David Lynch, something by me, something by David Lynch. We'll be watching these two artists, myself and David Lynch.
Yeah.
Famously, I asked David Lynch to direct Return of the Jedi. He said no. But then, and this is what I'm excited about. So it's going to be a fundraiser. We're getting some exciting people involved with it. One of the things we're going to be watching is Radioland Murders, which is the early 90s comedy about the old time radio and crazy things that went wrong. We're also going to be watching the David Lynch, Mark Frost early 90s ABC sitcom On the Air, which is also, that was about the early days of television, another period comedy about madcap behind the scenes antics in the world of early 20th century broadcasting.
Yeah.
And we're going to be watching those and talking to some very interesting people. I believe we'll be raising some money for the David Lynch Foundation. And hopefully that will help us get even more people who are connected to the world of David Lynch.
Yeah.
But we have some other fun things that are planned for that watch-a-thon. And so we're very excited.
Future watch-a-thons. So
what?
And future watch-a-thons.
And future watch-a-thons.
That we need to, we are paying money out of our pockets to do so. If you want to support the show, it helps us. It also helps the people behind the scenes like Bryson or Jersey Dave, or there's a few other people that you don't get to see every week. Helps them too. But George, I do think feels like we've moved on from the regular show.
It does feel as though. And Patrick, I want to say, I know it's you've been having to do the work of more than one man this week because you're having to not just be producer Patrick Hunter, you're having to also be sidekick and announcer and reading the hashtags.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, Patrick.
Yeah, George.
Thanks.